Hey guys, how's it going? The last video I put out was Thursday morning, and a shit ton of stuff has happened since Thursday morning. Uh, Actually, Wednesday when I made that video, I just finished editing it, and I got a call to go for a job interview Thursday morning, 9:30. So, it seemed like a good gig. It's something I had applied for a few days earlier, and a painter at a local collision repair place. So we'll see, but I think my age is against me, so I think the chances are pretty slim. And it doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing YouTube videos. I'm going to keep doing them. They may not be as frequent as they are now, but at least 2 a week anyway. So we'll see what happens. At this point, it doesn't matter because nothing's changed. So anyway, Thursday morning, like I said, I go in for the interview. I'm on my way back. It starts to snow, and I had to get home because the wife needs the truck to go to work. She works a later shift on Thursdays. So on her way in, rear brakes fail. No rear brakes at all. So she gets into the store. She does her thing. Closes up at 8 o'clock. By this time, there's 8 inches of snow on the ground, and she's driving home in the dark with no rear brakes. And if you've ever driven a vehicle in the snow with no rear brakes, it's not fun. So God bless her, she got her home, and everything was cool. So that kind of killed Thursday. Then Friday morning, I arranged to bring the truck over to my buddy's place because his garage is empty and mine isn't, obviously. And a chum of mine, he's a mechanic, pretty good with brake lines and stuff like that. There was a piece of brake line rubbing against the frame, and eventually it wore through the line. So we replaced about a foot of brake line. Anyway, he made short work of that, and but it was a stubborn son of a bitch to bleed. It took us a few hours. It just didn't want to get all the air out. It just didn't want to come around. We ended up just open up the bleeders and let it gravity do its thing for about 2 hours, and finally we got it going, got the brakes up and running, so everything was good there. So I get home. From there, by this time, it's almost supper time, and there's a package leaning against the shop door. And a friend of the channel, Wayne, sent me the left side front bumper brackets. I'd mentioned it before, and yeah, they came in. They were sitting there. So thanks again, Wayne. And they're in really good shape. They're nice ones. So I've got that. And so after supper, I got a call from a friend of mine, or a message, and my childhood buddy from grade 5 right through high school, and even a few years after that, we were best of friends, hung out all the time, almost inseparable really. And he passed away Thursday night. So that was a tough one. So I got a hold of a bunch of the old neighborhood boys, and through Facebook or whatever, and sent some messages out, let them know what was going on. And of course, you got to chat with each one of them for a while, and that pretty much killed Friday. So now it's Saturday, and I got to get some shit done on the truck, man. So I really want to get the windshield in the opening. I'm waiting for someone to show up and give me a hand. Got to have an extra set of hands for that. But there's a few things that I can go over before I actually put it in the truck. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get that done. All right, so I put the windshield together in the previous video, and like I said, I did watch the installation video from the manufacturers of the rubber. The name of the company is Precision, I think. Anyway, see the way they do it, and I'm going to do it differently. Imagine that, me not following instructions. I'm doing it out of necessity though, and I'll show you what I mean. Let's grab the camera here. Don't mind me. And that was killer bright. Okay, so what they tell you to do is run a bead of sealer all along the backside of the outermost flange of the rubber that's sitting against the truck. That's fine for them. They've got the suction cups and all the things to put the window in place or put the windshield in place. I don't have that. We're just using our hands. So I can see what's going to happen already. They'll get sealer all over your hands. It'll be all over the truck. It'll be a friggin' mess, and I don't want anything to do with it. So what I'm going to do is put the sealer right on the truck and then put the windshield on top. So the sealer would go on this edge here all the way around, and then we'll just drop the windshield into place. And another thing they did was they lined up the center post with the the corresponding holes in the rubber on the center. I thought, why not? Because they were dicking around with it for a while. I thought, why not take 2 screwdrivers, put the same size around, like diameter, as the holes themselves. Just put them in like so, from the other side, from the outside face, and use them to line up the windshield with the holes on the center pillar. I think it'll help hold things in place and make life a lot easier. And these aren't too tight; they just kind of fit in there nice and snug. And man, the sun is bright. So yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. And they also taped up the rubber a little bit. It is a little bit sloppy in the bottom edge, but that's about it. The rest of it's pretty good. So I'm going to use a lot less tape than they did, but we'll tape it up anyway. Just make sure things are held in place. I'm also going to tape the window, or the rope to the window, just to keep it out of our way when we go to put it in the hole. Now all I need is my chum to show up, and hopefully we can get this thing in. But until then, while I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and clean up my bumper brackets. Those are the ones I had, and this is the set that was just sent to me. And like I said, they're really, really nice shape. So I'll just clean them all up, and we'll get some paint on them. And like I said, hopefully someone shows up soon. Okay, so there we go. I've already put the caulking around the perimeter. So I'm going to stand this up, and I'll put the screwdrivers in. And then we're going to kind of flop the center in first, and then flop it into place. This one, yeah. Okay. Right, do that. Doesn't look right to me. Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay, it's going to kind of push up on it a little bit. Push up. Just as we're going. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the camera off. Okay. I'm going to move to the inside. I'm going to go in. You'll be the outside guy. You're just going to be firm pressure on it. Okay. As I pull the rope, I start from the middle and work my way around. Okay. Bear with me, folks. All right, so I'm going to give this a shot. Pull the rope in the upwards. Push in. Work it. I can't tell. No, it's not.
Seems like it's drawing tight, though.
Hey?
Seems like it's drawing tight.
Yeah, okay. looks so much easier in the video.
Oh, yeah. Seems like it's drawing really tight.
Yeah, it's coming. Okay, that's one. Gonna do the exact same thing on the other side, so I'm not gonna show it. Okay, so it's in. Did run into a bit of a snag, and I wasn't able to get it on camera. We were running around here like idiots. Once I got the one side in, I started on the other side pulling the rope, and everything was going good until we got about a quarter of the way on the top, and realized that had pulled away from the center here. There was a big gap. It was like the glass wasn't into the rubber channel all the way on both sides. So we're trying to force it and whatever. Anyway, I ended up getting a bottle full of soapy water, soaped the crap out of it all the way around, inside and out. And I've got some long 1/4-inch bolts. It was tight at the bottom. It was just the top that was away. So put the 1/4-inch bolts starting from the bottom, tightened it up. As it pulled it in, we pushed on the window and the glass, whatever, and all of a sudden, boom, it popped right in. So we tightened her up and played around with the rubber a little bit. It fits pretty good. I'm not crazy about the bottom corners. There's a gap here, but I think I can work this a little bit. There's some movement there. My buddy's got a heat gun too, like a concentrated one for vinyl flooring. So you're going to get that over there. We'll play around with it, get it fitting a little better. I don't know if they fit that great from originally or not. Maybe you guys know. But overall, we're talking 45 minutes. But it was a frenzy. I'm not going to lie to you. 'Cause you want to get it in place and there before the caulking starts to set, the sealer, I mean. Now, the only other thing I need to do, I have to get another tube of sealer because mine, the tip is cut too short and it's too fat. So you want to put the gun in between, the tip in between the rubber and the glass, and put a coat of sealer all the way around. So I can do that later, no big rush. I'm going to get it fitting right on first. But yeah, it's in the hole, and that's the big thing. So a lot of cleanup left to do. And we still ended up with caulking all over the place, or sealer. But it cleans off pretty easily. So I'm going to clean it up a little bit better. And then I'll get after those bumper brackets. I didn't get a chance. My buddy showed up right after I'd pulled the brackets out. So I still have that to do. So anyway, there you go. Windshield's in. All right, so I figured I'd give you a peek of the inside and explain what happened here a little bit. So, you know, everything's good in here. I'm going to have to paint that center bar, paint it black, call it done. I'm just going to mask it off, paint it with a brush. When I was pulling the rope, everything went really well all along here, all the way up the side, until I got to about here. And, sorry, right up here. So what happened was the rope had come out, but the rubber did not come up and over the flange. It was still in behind it. So I stopped. I left the rope hanging around here. And it's a good thing I had this little pick tool that my cousin gave me. And I was able to fish it out once we sucked the windshield in tight with the bolts. I was able to use the pick tool, get it up to where the rope was, and then just carry on with the rope. And yeah, it all worked out. But it was touch and go. we were scrambling around. So yeah, I'll paint that center piece. And the other thing was, oh, excuse me. I was going to put the center molding on, but you know, for whatever it is, 50 bucks. There's a center piece there for the outside of the windshield. Nice little stainless piece. They didn't give me the freaking screws. So I I gotta go buy 4 screws for it. You know, it's crazy. I think it was an oversight, but still, I mean, you know, I gotta take it, run to the hardware store and grab 4 stainless screws and dick around. It should have been in a box. So a little pissed off about that, but other than that, what are you gonna do? Shit happens. Okay, now I'm gonna get after these bumper brackets. That's the one I had, and this is the one that my viewer Wayne sent to me. This one here still has a rivet here holding them together. I'm gonna get rid of that rivet so I can take them apart and paint them, you know, all the way around. You know, you want to cover the whole thing. So yeah, I'll just use my little mini grinder, cut it out, and then clean them up. Run a little disc over them, one of those little 3M deals, one of these little guys. And we'll clean them up and get them in paint. Call it done. Then after that, it's the bumper. I just got to, I'm going to brush on some epoxy. And there it is down there. And let it set up before I can sand and do some body work on it. So there we go. Moving right along. Alright, so I ground the head of the rivet off on one side. And I'm going to take a cold chisel. Put it in there because I want to separate it. Those rivets really hang on. There we go. I think I'll have to bring that over to the vise, pound the hell out of it until that pops out. It's almost there. About 2/3 of the way out. Just need something good and solid behind it. So I'll bring it over to the vise, do that. Then these things are ready to clean up and paint and call done. Oh, there you go. Windshield in and bumper brackets are going to be painted up tonight. So yeah, moving right along. You know, Sundays normally would have been put aside for a video on the Triumph. But I got to tell you, the numbers are so bad on the Triumph as far as views are concerned. It's actually really hurting the channel. So for a while anyway, I'm just on Sundays. I'll do a quickie update if I've done something. I haven't touched the bike all week, so there's nothing to report on anyway. But you know, I'll take 1 minute maybe and just do a quick update for anybody who is interested. The videos on the Triumph just aren't catching on. I mean, I didn't even get 140 views in the last one. I usually have that by lunchtime the day I release it. So you know, it's been a week. So I gave it a chance, and whatever, it is what it is. If things change, well, then I'll start doing videos on it again. But for now, I'm just going to stick to the truck, and like I say, a quickie update on Sundays for the Triumph. If you like the content, please subscribe. I truly would appreciate it, and you know, comment. Don't be shy. Leave comments down below. Windshields. A lot of guys have had bad experiences. Some guys just went slick as hell. So I think it all depends on the truck, the how the glass was cut, if it was right on or not, quality of the rubber. You know, I'm not super crazy about the way it fits in the bottom corners, but we'll see if we can make that a little bit better anyway. Other than that, like, the quality of the rubber is very good. And maybe it's just because I didn't follow directions. I don't know. But, you know, to me, it made sense and it seemed to work out pretty good. I think I should have probably taped the rubber to the glass a little bit more or a little bit better than I did. That's probably why, you know, the rubber might have come separated from the glass or come away from the, you know, the groove opened up a little bit kind of deal. So the glass wasn't already or all the way in, and that's what was giving me problems. So lots of soap and water and nice steady force. And, you know, don't beat on things with mallets and stuff like that, or pound it. You don't want to break the glass. And I just didn't want to have to take the damn thing out of the truck again and redo all the stuff and then have caulking and crap and sealer all over the freaking place. It's just a shit show. So it worked out all right. So like I said, total time 45 minutes. I'm gonna say that I'll take it as a win and call it good. So yeah,
that's about it for now. Now I can go ahead and do wipers and interior moldings and all sorts of things, and get the hood on. Get the hood on. It's a good thing I had it off, because my buddy ended up standing on the valve covers to manhandle this thing in there. It is what it is. I can always polish the valve covers a little bit more, that's all. No biggie. So yeah, that's it. And if you're not doing anything, get in the garage and build something, man. Later, guys.